All right, here it is. It's called Climate Crisis is a Racist Crisis.
The UK is the biggest per capita contributor to global temperature change and the least vulnerable.
According to the UNHCR, by 2050, there will be 200 million climate refugees.
7 out of 10 of the countries most affected by climate change are in sub-Saharan Africa.
Climate crisis is a racist crisis.
The average...
That makes absolutely no sense. In countries like the U.S., Russia, and China, like the largest countries, India as well, are the largest polluters, and those are the countries polluting at the fastest rates. The UK is really not that big of a factor in pollution when you look at the other countries and how much they're polluting.
Not only that, but this idea like, oh, well, sub-Saharan Africa, that's where it's going to be the worst. I mean, pretty sure it's going to be pretty bad in a lot of places. Pretty sure it's kind of like a global thing.
Yeah, it's probably going to be bad in those countries. I mean, if you believe in climate change. But the thing is,
if climate change gets to a certain point, it doesn't pretty much the entire South go underwater.
I mean, even if all of that is true, how is it racist?
Yeah, how is it racist? Yeah,
I mean, it's not like
African. Do you think when the Industrial Revolution started, they were like, they were just like, yeah, let's come up with a way to fuck all these black people in Africa. What we're gonna do is we're gonna slowly poison the globe and remove their homes from them. No, sorry.
I mean, you'd have to believe that they literally wrote the laws of nature in such a way that oh, when we're going to destroy the planet, but don't worry, the black people are going first.
Yeah.
So
the dark is going to suffer the worst, so it's worth it.
What we'll do is, when all them is dead, then we'll be like, okay, y'all, maybe we got to work on this climate change thing. And then, anyone ask, any alien ambassador in the future ask, what happened to all the black people? We'd just be like, you know what? It was a climate catastrophe. Oops. We just accidentally exterminated. Didn't mean to. Just did. Is that the theory here? I don't get it. Whatever.
Salary of a London City Airport passenger is £92,000 a year. In Newham, where London City Airport is located, 40% of the population scrape by on 20k or less.
Airports, power plants, and the busiest of roads in the West tend to be in the most disadvantaged working class areas, where a disproportionate number of black and brown communities live.
Environmental racism means that black people in Britain are 28% more likely to be exposed to air pollution than their white counterparts.
Oh my god.
You're acting like this is part of some sort of plan. You act like there's not a way that this just all logically fits together. You don't have to invoke the fucking specter of racism to explain why this is happening.
When you have people move to another country and they're poor, where are they going to live? They're going to live by the most industrialized areas where there's lots of shitty jobs that they can work. And they have no money to begin with, and those are the cheapest areas to live in. That's why it's happening. You could say that's maybe there's components of racism involved in some of this, but by and large, it's really not. That's not like there's some sort of conspiracy behind it. That's just kind of how things work.
Climate crisis is a racist crisis.
The London City Airport expansion cannot go ahead because it would further decrease.
So this is really what this video is about. This airport must be near a black community, and they're saying this is going to substantially affect us, so it's racist.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why the price of real estate is lower near airports, because people don't want to live near a noisy airport and have big planes flying not too far over their house constantly throughout the day and night.
Yeah.
And, if...
That's the thing, though. If any other... if this was happening to me and, some other white people and shit... we would just say that. We would just be like, we don't want this fucking airport expanding because we're already close enough to it as is. We don't want this shit.
Yeah.
This is fucking stupid.
Yeah,
we don't want it.
The noise, the traffic it brings.
But if you're a black person, you can't just say, I don't want this shit. You gotta be like, this is, part of some giant racist agenda against me.
Clearly it is.
Why can't?
Time to expand the airport, knock down some Negro hovels, and make room for a new runway. You know, no, not happening.
Quality of life for poor black people in this country, it cannot be left unchallenged.
At the same time, this year alone, more than 3,120 known migrants have died trying to reach safety on European shores, fleeing conditions that they did not create.
If they can't.
Okay. The people living there had no involvement in the conditions of, like, let's say Syria. Like, yeah, I mean, climate change and drought might have exacerbated existing problems.
Well,
but
when you're moving from an unindustrialized nation to an industrialized nation, there's going to be more industry around. It's crazy. I know it's a crazy concept, but yeah, that's what happens.
All these immigrants, all these migrants die trying to get here, and that's your fault. No, it's not. Their country went to shit. You can say, like, well, maybe the West had some hands in that at some point in some places and somewhere, and maybe, we can argue to what extent and whatever. But regardless of any of that, like, every fucking one of us finds ourselves affected by circumstances beyond our control. Just because if I try to escape some shit, like if America goes to shit and I try to fucking escape to Canada and I'm fucking killed by a moose on the way there. It ain't fucking Canada.
They're assholes.
It ain't Canada's fucking fault.
Those deadly moose.
Dude, don't fuck with them. Seriously, those are fucking mean motherfuckers.
Yeah, moose are actually pretty deadly. But yeah, it's not Canada's fault. It's not.
I mean, it's
they're just racist.
Scotty wants to blame Canada, but
yes.
Fly, then the rich won't either.
Climate crisis.
You guys
is a
are
racist
dumb.
crisis. Shut
no,
it down.
Climate change is going to affect everyone.
You guys are literally trying to make climate change about yourselves now. I mean, like, at what point does this become too ridiculous even for you?
Not only that, but people are going to continue to fly. You're not going to stop air travel in England with a video on Twitter. It's not happening. So.
Oh, you mean a lot of commerce should just magically shut down, Paul? What are you talking about? This is a racist policy. But somehow the climate change is only going to target black people. All the white people in Britain are going to be left alone by climate change.
Not to mention the fact that they live on an island, so I would imagine a lot of people fly.
There's a lot of vulnerable areas too that would be affected by climate change, like the city of London. London, the metropolitan area would be affected.
Everyone must take boats to the UK now. Don't fly there.
Shut it down.
Boats will be easier because it'll be more flooded because of the climate change.
Yeah,
shit too.
Take the channel.
Dude, some of those ships are some of the worst polluters in the world. So the ships would, like, if we took more ships, they would probably be even worse.
So you have to take the channel.
I guess you have to walk everywhere.
You have to walk,
or swim.
You have to swim, like, so.
Or use like a sailboat.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
A sailboat.
Yeah, do it like our ancestors did. You got to sail across the oceans.
You gotta wait for the winds.
Because if you fly, you're contributing to the racist climate change. Because for some reason, climate change is a black issue now.
But like, what if you plant a lot of trees and do a lot of other environmental stuff? Do you still?
Nope.
No, it doesn't balance out. So you're just racist.
Racist fucks.
What issue will you guys not say is a black issue? Is there an issue? Does there exist an issue that's not somehow secretly a black issue in your minds?
I don't think so.
Okay. Just checking. Just wanted to know that.
That's the lens through which they view the world, so no.
If bad things are happening to black people, white people planned it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always.
Rock on. Have fun with that.
I mean, in a sense, it's kind of funny because it gives white people way more credit than they deserve. Just like we're like these Machiavellian geniuses, we're all just collectively just like, okay, we just gotta fuck black people. Everyone just agrees that intrinsically when they're born white, they're just like, gotta fuck black people. I don't know, it's gotta fucking destroy
gotta
their
fuck
life.
them over in every way we possibly can.
Gotta fucking exploit them as much as we can. Gotta make as much money off them as we can. God, it's gonna be great.
Yep, the darkies are getting out of line again. Time to expand the airport. That'll show them.
We must expand the London airport, not because the traffic has increased or because we think it would be more efficient for air travel. Not for any of those reasons. The only reason we must do it is to destroy the black community. No. Fuck you. You're absurd.
Yeah, we have to destroy their quality of life even further.
Why? Why do I live on this planet like this? I mean, can I fall asleep for like 1,000 years and hopefully wake up in a more enlightened future? Or would it just be idiocracy?
Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're heading towards an enlightened future. I wouldn't put all my eggs in that basket.
Oh, maybe technology.
You might wake up 1,000 years from now and long for the days of the SJW movement.
Ugh.
Jesus fucking Christ.